What up, guys? Coming at you with another AMA from the new studio vibe. Let's go. Thanks for coming out to my meetup in Sunnyvale. We had like 150 people out there. That was super fun. It was amazing. I'm definitely going to do a bigger one probably in mid-November where we'll rent out a park. We'll get like a food truck that's serving some, good, healthy, seed oil-free food, and we'll do a huge giveaway there, of course. So stay tuned for that. If you're watching this right now, electrolytes are probably back in stock for you. We're also pretty close to releasing the pre-workout. It's gonna be November, and I'm really stoked for the pre-workout. What we're doing with that pre-workout is a pump-focused formula. So it's gonna be L-citrulline, vasodrive AP, methyl B12, alpha GPC, and electrolytes in that pre-workout. And it's gonna give you the best pump ever. A little bit of focus from the alpha GPC and methyl B12. Methyl B12 gives you energy, but I'm not going with one of these crazy stimulant heavy 9 testosterone booster pre-workouts. Not doing that. We are gonna have a caffeine version and a non-caffeinated version, so stay tuned for that. Get the grass-fed, grass-finished whey protein. It's back in stock in chocolate and vanilla, and the beef isolate or chata and chocolate is in stock as well. So let's get after this week's AMA. You've been leaving your questions below, which I always appreciate. So leave more questions below if I didn't get to yours, and let's dive in. The question is, Brendan, what do you think about rose water for skin? So rose water is typically sold as like a spray, and it's used for skincare. So if you just want something to sort of hydrate your skin, I think that's totally fine. There is a product called rose water with glycerin. Glycerin is actually going to help you create like a barrier, a moisturizing barrier with your skin health. So I think that would be more beneficial. There is also research on glycerin and basically going into the water. So if you're like a swimmer, you need to go into a chlorinated pool, get some rose water with glycerin, spray it in your hair, and then go swim and see if that helps your hair stay more, soft and supple. So it's cool. I don't think it's going to be some massive game changer in your skin health, but some people like it. The next question is, Brendan, is the Red 40 in the United States the same as it is in other countries? So yes, Red 40 is Red 40, but it is banned in some countries. The United States and California are trying to maybe ban red dye number 3, but the reality is all these food dyes are it's going to come out that they're carcinogenic. They can get contaminated with benzene. This is a huge issue. They're petroleum-based dyes. How they make them is disgusting, and they can be carcinogenic. Do I think having, a little bit of Red 40 every year is going to kill you? Maybe. No, I'm joking. Look, if you have a Gatorade, you're not going to die, but over time, why would you want to be having these artificial food dyes? It's stupid, and it's really dumb that we allow these corporations to use these when they could use beetroot powder, for a red color, turmeric for a yellow color, chlorophyll for a green color. There's alternatives out there, but these companies just want to use them because they're cheap. They don't care about poisoning you. The next question is, Brendan, is soy sauce bad for me? So actually do try and stay away from soy or limit soy. But here's the deal with soy sauce. If you want to use soy sauce occasionally, it's not going to ruin your health. But the fact is, soy sauce in the United States is often made with soy and wheat. And if you want soy sauce, you want to probably get tamari, which is the only ingredients in there are soybeans. So if you want to get like an organic tamari, I don't think that's the end of the world to use, especially if you're just using a small amount. I personally wouldn't use soy daily or even weekly, in my opinion. But if you want to have a little bit here and there, I would get actual soy sauce, so made with soy, and I wouldn't do too much of it, but a little bit, it's probably fine. The next question is, Brendan, which equipment should I invest in for a home gym? So you're trying to get a home gym set up, and you want to know, what should I put in there? What do I need? So what I would do is get a pull-up and dip bar. That's really amazing. You can do so much with that right there, and then from that, you can get one of these pulleys. I have a pulley system outside. You just get one of these weight pulleys, and you can throw it around the pull-up bar, and right there, you're going to be able to do rows. You're going to be able to do some triceps with that. The next thing I would invest in is a bench and some dumbbells. Now, you don't need like crazy heavy dumbbells. What I would do is definitely get your heavy work in at the gym. It's going to be a lot. If you want to have like, 305 pounds on a barbell in your home gym, you could do that. But for most people, that's a pretty hard thing to set up. So I'd get some good weights for your arms, maybe some 25 to 30 pound dumbbells. And I'd probably get a good weight for pressing, maybe some 45, some 50s, 60s, something like that. Also, I'd put in a kettlebell for good conditioning. You can do a lot of stuff with a kettlebell. That's what I'd get. Bands, of course, all that, but that stuff's cheap. That was a really good home gym setup right there. The next question is, Brendan, what are your thoughts on electric cars and petrol cars or gas cars? I'm assuming you come from the UK, saying petrol. But here's the deal, guys. I think it's ridiculous that they are forcing people to go towards electric cars. Right now, the infrastructure to get the minerals needed for these electric cars is crazy. We are literally supporting, slavery in Africa. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you can listen to, there's a guy on Rogan that talked about this. Basically, these minerals needed for the batteries in electric cars come from mines in Africa. Now, I'm not saying gas is much better, but to say that electric cars are like a better person for driving an electric car is crazy. And to mandate that all cars need to be electric like we have done in California by, I think, 2035 is also crazy. I think you should be able to do what you want as an American. I think people will go towards electric cars because they can be more economical. And once power prices go down, or if you're able to charge them at home, or especially if solar technology becomes better, then people are going to choose that. But you got to let the free market decide. You can't mandate something. I don't think that really works well. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm not opposed to driving a Tesla, but I'm rocking with my Subaru right now. I'm good on gas. The next question is, Brendan, what are your thoughts on avocado oil? So avocado oil got very popular as an alternative to seed oils, frankly, and, olive oil. So avocado oil is good if it's actual avocado oil. The problem with the avocado oil industry is it boomed, and a lot of these companies started to make basically fake or cut avocado oil. They would literally take soybean oil and canola oil, and they got caught doing this, mix it with avocado oil. That's not good. So if you're getting a real avocado oil, I think that's great. But I really just go towards olive oil more. I like olive oil. And people say, oh, you can't cook with olive oil at high temps. It's actually not true. The polyphenol content of olive oil actually prevents a lot of that oxidation. There's studies on that. So get a good olive oil and use that preferably, but avocado oil is cool as well. The next question is, Brendan, I don't eat fruits and vegetables. Which supplement should I be taking to get proper nutrients? First of all, why are you not eating fruits and vegetables? Maybe he's fallen down the carnivore MD rabbit hole and he completely eliminated vegetables. And you could still be healthy not eating vegetables, in all honesty. He's not completely off there. But why aren't you eating fruits then? Like, what is going on is my thought there, first of all. But if you really want me to answer that question, what are you missing out on? You're definitely missing out on some vitamin C. You're definitely missing out on some polyphenols. You're missing out on a lot of trace minerals that come from vegetables and fruits. You're missing out on a lot of electrolytes. Definitely you need an electrolyte supplement. A lot of the electrolytes that we get in our diets come from fruits and vegetables. You're missing out on some antioxidants. Like, look, you want me to tell you which supplements to take to replace fruits and vegetables? That's dumb. Just eat fruits and vegetables. There's not some magic supplement that you can take to replace diet, okay? So I would definitely start by adding in some fruits, some veggies, some potatoes. There isn't really some magic supplement that's going to fill all that in, but I don't know, maybe an electrolyte, maybe a multi-mineral. You're probably not getting enough boron, but just eat fruits and veggies. Let me know below what you think of this guy. The next question is, Brendan, would you ever sell your company, or are you going to be just rocking it till the end? So I don't really want to sell this company, and I certainly wouldn't want to sell to somebody that's going to come in and change the ingredients and make the product low quality. I'm not into that. I just want to grow this company. Now, if someday some amazing group was around and they wanted to partner, and they didn't want to change anything, I mean, that could be interesting, but I don't really know if that exists out there. I like running my own company because I can do whatever I want. I can literally, I will go to my friend and I'll say, hey, I want to create a product like this, and then I will do it. And we can create it. And we don't have anybody telling us, hey, grass-fed, grass-finished beef isolate protein is expensive, so people won't want to pay $50 for a bag of protein because it's too expensive. No, people do, because it's really good for your gut and skin. And then with our grass-fed, grass-finished whey, for example, people go, oh, well, you would need to price it at this price because we don't really make that much money on the grass-fed whey. I'm like, no, I'm going to price it at this price. The beef tallow skincare, I'm working on a beef tallow honey lemon oil balm, which is so specific, it's like, nobody would think to make that product. They'd be like, Brendan, this wouldn't sell if there, was a room full of investors. Why are you making a skincare product with beef tallow, honey, and lemon oil? Like, that's stupid. You need to sell it for this price. You need to do this. I don't want to be told that. I want to create stuff that I like, and that's what we're going to do. The next question is, Brendan, I have a herniated disc in my back. What should I do? So what you don't want to do is go to the doctor and immediately get surgery, unless you're in some crazy, nerve shutdown type pain, or I don't know. What you want to do is find somebody that does something called FRC, functional range conditioning. You can Google FRC, functional range conditioning, and find a provider there. This is what the pro sports teams are doing. I'm going to do a piece of content on this, working with the guy who works with the SF Giants, a lot of the 49ers players, some of the Oakland A's. And he's the guy. He's one of the elite physical therapists in the world. He's thousands of dollars to go see. But I'm going to try to get some information from him and give it to you guys. But basically, there are things you can do to fix that herniated disc and get segmentation back in your spine without getting surgery. If you go see a surgeon, they'll immediately tell you need to get some disc replacement. Disc replacement, in my opinion, is one of the dumbest things ever, and we will look back on it as something that was just a disaster. What happens there? You get an artificial disc. They put that in between your vertebrae. What happens to the vertebrae here and vertebrae here? They oftentimes fail. And then you need another artificial disc, and it just goes on and on until you're just screwed. So you don't want to get a fusion. You don't want to get a disc replacement. look into some other things you can do like FRC first. This question is, Brendan, my mom is pregnant and she's getting a lot of muscle cramping and headaches. What are some products that you could give her or that he wants to give her, like creatine, electrolytes? What do you think? So definitely electrolytes. First of all, if you're cramping up, you need to get more electrolytes. And if she's pregnant, which she is, then she's probably just burning through electrolytes, just churning through it. She's probably also churning through magnesium. There are studies showing that when you're stressed, your body churns through magnesium at a higher rate. So definitely look into something like magnesium glycinate. We make our magnesium potassium capsules on Amazon. That would be a really good one. But you want to get the magnesium up for sure, and electrolytes, and then along with that, just a good diet. But yeah, those would be some things to look into. The next question is, Brendan, what do you think of modern day footwear and how it affects your foot health, the spacing of your toes, all that? So your feet are meant to splay out. When we look at traditional people's feet, they look completely different than our feet today. The simple fact is most people wear these shoes where basically your toes are together like this. It's not what the anatomy of the foot is supposed to do. This creates a lot of issues. You need to get a wide toe box shoe so you can spread your toes out. Also, one thing you can do to sort of reverse this is look up on Amazon. They're like $2, toe spacers. Toe spacers are these blue things, or whatever color they are, and oftentimes women will wear these when they paint their toenails, sort of spread their toes out so they don't smear their toe paint. But what you can do is get these toe spacers and just sort of wear them around, and you'll feel it really like opens up your toes. Now I walk around barefoot a lot. The bottom of my feet have gotten tough from years of barefoot walking, and when you walk barefoot, you're able to actually get this tactile feedback from the ground and really strengthen your toes. That also makes you better at sports. So much of your power comes from your toes you don't understand until you really start to harness it. Like your big toe is where your power's from, where your turning power's from. If you throw a punch, if I shoot a takedown jiu-jitsu, that big toe is so important. People have just lost it. So I would recommend spending some more time barefoot, getting shoes with a wide toe box, and yeah, train those feet because they're important. The next question is, Brendan, what are your thoughts on the gallon of milk per day trend? So this is a trend that's been going around, people trying to gain muscle, just like bulk up and stuff like that. They're drinking a gallon of milk per day. I don't really see anything wrong with this. If you're doing, high quality dairy, for sure, I would definitely try to get a grass-fed milk that comes from a somewhat healthy cow. I don't like to consume too many animal products that are from bad cows, okay? So if you're doing a healthy cow, I think that's, okay. A gallon is a lot. I wouldn't do this. I would try to get variety in my diet and just drink a normal amount of milk. I like to have milk in my protein shake, so I, probably get 2 cups in my protein shake. I don't really know why you would need a gallon. Maybe during my bulk in November and late November, I might try, doing that just for, a fun video. But I don't know. Let me know below what you think about that, or if you're doing that, or if you've ever tried that. The next question is, Brendan, what do you think of CrossFit done properly under a trainer that knows what they're doing? So first of all, CrossFit not done properly, let's address that. What do I mean by CrossFit not done properly, and why do I hate on this? So if you have someone who's not really well trained and you tell them to go run around a bunch or do something on an assault bike or, rower machine, and they're going to get their heart rate up a lot. So they're breathing. They're going to now run up to a barbell, an Olympic lift under a time constraint while they are just chest breathing and mouth breathing because they're just exhausted. That is a recipe for disaster. Okay, it is a recipe for injury right there. So now, on the other side of things, if you have a CrossFit program that is really well structured and they take into account some of these basic things of like, people that aren't really experienced with Olympic lifting, we might not want to have them do it under a severe, time constraint. I think that can be good. There are good elements of CrossFit. It can get people in really good shape. But however, the injury risk becomes so high because when you have people lifting heavy weights, when they are extremely tired and fatigued, that injury risk goes up. This is why I split my training up. When I'm in the gym, I just did chest today. I'm optimally training. What does this mean? I'm doing, a warm-up set, maybe 2 warm-up sets, and then 2 sets to failure, maybe a 3rd back-off set, but I'm resting in between those sets. So I'm fully recovering, and then I'm hitting it hard. And then what I do is I'll go home and I'll get on my bike or I'll go to jiu-jitsu practice and I'll get my cardio in. So I have cardiovascular endurance and I have weight training, but I'm doing them sort of separately. I'm not combining the two. When you combine the two, there's just more risk. If you are doing it and you feel good, that's totally fine. The next question is, Brendan, what are your thoughts on eating bananas before bed to help yourself sleep? So there are no specific benefits of having a banana that are going to enhance your sleep. Now, there are benefits of having some carbohydrates before sleep, so maybe that's where he's going with this. You can have some honey or a banana, or I like to have a yogurt bowl with some fruit and honey before bed. What this does is it's going to give your body the glycogen that it needs in order to just like go through the normal stages of sleep. Sometimes when the liver doesn't have any glycogen, you're in a, deep stage of sleep, your body will wake itself up or just go into lighter stages of sleep. This happens to a lot of people when they do that keto or carnivore diet, which, I don't really do, so I don't have this problem, but you can have some carbs before sleep. What this also appears to do is sort of spike that blood sugar a little bit, and then naturally it comes down and you get sort of tired. So it's kind of nice. It can help your sleep latency in terms of the time it takes you to fall asleep, and it can help your sleep duration. So some carbs before bed, totally fine. The next question is, Brendan, what are your thoughts on Ecovision's multivitamin? So Ecovision, the guy M over there, released a multivitamin, and obviously I've filmed some stuff with some of their athletes. I think they're cool. The funniest thing about that multivitamin is you have to take 6 pills. And I commented on their post because, that is how we do our company as well. You are being lied to by other companies that release a multivitamin or even a product like we have our Food of the Gods. It says you should take 5 of them. And people actually gave him some hate in the comments I saw, 6 pills. Oh my God. You can't fit enough nutrients in 1 or 2 pills to make an effective multivitamin. Even to make an effective magnesium formula like we have, you need to take 2 to 3 of those. That's how it is. People say the scoop on our protein is large. That's the reality of creating a good product. You're getting lied to by other companies is the point. If you are getting sold a multivitamin that says it has all this stuff and the right dosages and the pill is this big, coming from somebody who runs a supplement company, guess what? You can only fit so much stuff into a capsule. So I thought that was funny. I haven't looked deep into the formula. It's probably pretty good. I don't think you need a multivitamin personally. I would love to tell you that you do, and then come out with a multivitamin, but you can just eat a really good diet and you're probably going to be able to get all your nutrients in. But if you want to take a multivitamin, I'm sure that's a decent option, and yeah, you have to take 6 of them. That's how it is. It's how it should be. The next question is, Brendan, what is the best way to minimize stress? So we have a deep embedded biological reward system that actually requires us to sort of stress our body out in order to relax. It's weird. It's very strange. This is just how it is. You can't beat millions of years of evolution. If you try to avoid all types of physical stress, meaning you don't work out, you don't stay active, you will actually increase your levels of stress and anxiety. This has been proven over and over again. What you need to do is sort of recreate simulated stress through working out hard, through running, through training hard, through surfing. I like to do jiu-jitsu. You will feel more calm after you do those things. You can't beat this biological reward system. So if you're sitting at home playing video games thinking that's going to release your stress, which it can a little bit, it's not going to tap into those deep layers of, the anti-anxiety effects we get from hard training. Also, your diet does matter. There are very, very good studies on processed sugar consumption and anxiety. So if you're out here eating a bunch of bad food and you think that you're going to release your stress by just binging on food, that's not going to work. That's short term. Stuff like alcohol also has been shown to increase anxiety over time. Decrease in anxiety short term, increase in anxiety long term. So it's your choice what you want to do. What I would do to relieve stress is I would definitely try to learn how to breathe, first of all. So people call it meditation. I just call it my breathing practice. You can breathe in deep through your nose and have a big exhale. You can do that whenever. And if you just do 10 of those breaths, you'll feel a little less stressed. So yeah, train hard, stay consistent, and that will release stress. The next question is, Brendan, what are your thoughts on peanuts and probably peanut butter? I'm sure you're just asking about all peanut products. So peanuts are actually a legume. They're not a nut. And oftentimes they can actually be contaminated with some mold. Now, this isn't for all peanuts. It's not like all peanut butter is moldy, but it is a significant concern. You can look up peanut butter mold or peanut mold. There's alpha toxin mold that is commonly, contaminated. So first of all, with peanut butter, if you're going to eat peanut butter, make sure you're getting an organic peanut butter that doesn't have bad additives. Sugar, seed oils, the ingredients they put in some peanut butter is insane. I wouldn't make peanuts a big part of my diet. I don't have peanut butter often in my diet, but if you enjoy it sometimes and maybe you're trying to bulk, it is really, really, really calorically dense, you could have some peanut butter. But I don't think it's a very health-promoting food overall. The next question is, Brendan, when do you plan on dropping the natural pre-workout? I'm so stoked on this pre-workout because it gives you a big dose of L-citrulline, a big dose of vasodrive AP, which helps with blood flow, methyl B12, alpha GPC, And electrolytes, like we have electrolytes in there, so you just get the most amazing pump. You get some focus from the alpha GPC, yet there's no sucralose, asulfame potassium, red 40. There's no, like one of the things with these pre-workouts is they'll throw like 10 testosterone boosters in there just so people think, oh, this is also helping my testosterone. That's not good. It's not good for your skin health. It's not good for your brain health overall to like have that in there. Then also with some of these focus ingredients, they make you feel just like cracked out. You don't want that. We will have a caffeinated version and a non-caffeinated version, but it's not going to have a ton of caffeine like some 300 milligram thing. So it'll probably be released by the end of November. I'm really hoping to get it out before Thanksgiving so you guys can just like dial in your workouts. Because I've been taking this stuff. It's delicious, first of all. It's completely natural. Gives you the best pump and blood flow ever. It's just amazing. So hopefully by the end of November, stay tuned, and it'll be affordable. The next question is, Brendan, would you ever consider bringing out a fish oil product, an omega-3 product? So I've looked pretty deep into the fish oil industry, and what I will tell you is a lot of these products can't seem to avoid getting oxidized. What does this mean? You buy fish oil from a source, you encapsulate it, or it arrives to you already encapsulated. Now it's going to go onto a truck, and it's going to sit there, and it's going to go onto the shelves of a store, into a warehouse, and over time, these omega-3 fatty acids get oxidized by heat, by light, all these things. So I haven't looked deeply into releasing a fish oil supplement. It's definitely not on our immediate radar. We have some other things we're going to try to do. We got to stock up inventory, first of all, because people just buy our products and what happens is people buy our products and they go and they buy 3, 4 more of them. So we're selling out a lot of stuff. We want to do the tubs of whey protein. I want to increase the beef tallow skincare line with like the chapstick, sun balm. I want to do an acne, like specifically an acne fighting moisturizer. So there's a lot of things I want to do there. I want to do some dog treats too, or like a dog food topper with bone broth and liver. A lot of stuff I want to work on. But in the future, I could see us doing an omega-3 product. It would probably be packaged in dark amber glass to prevent oxidation, and it would have to be a really high-quality fish oil, so I could consider it, but immediately no. The next question is, Brendan, I just tore my meniscus. What should I do? So damn, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I have suffered injuries before as well. Here is what you want to do if you get injured. First of all, up your collagen intake. There are studies on collagen helping with injuries, helping with inflammation, so I'd up your collagen intake a bit. You can do this through bone broth. You could get something like our grass-fed, grass-finished beef isolate protein on Amazon. And don't go off of your nutrition. You want to get that creatine in there. You want to get a good amount of protein because your body is really fighting right now. It's in a fight, okay? The other thing you can do for your body is look into a supplement like N-acetylglucosamine. We put N-acetylglucosamine in our Food of the Gods supplement, but it can help synovial fluid and some of that repairment process. The next thing I would do is find an FRC practitioner, functional range conditioning practitioner. There's so many in the United States. Like, you can just go to functionalrangeconditioning.com. Maybe I don't even know if that's the website, but you'll figure it out on Google. Find somebody that can start to give you some exercises for your meniscus. You might not need to get surgery. If you do need to get surgery, I would definitely get a few opinions on that, because what they're finding out now is you probably don't need surgery for many of the things that we thought you needed surgery for. So look into that. One thing I want to do maybe later this year, maybe 2024, 2025, I want to go get stem cells just to sort of report to you guys what that process is like. Let me know below if you'd be interested in like seeing me do that. I don't really have any crazy injuries right now, but I'm like, oh, I could maybe use it in my shoulder, just to document the process of going to Mexico, getting stem cells, seeing if that works, because I think that could benefit a lot of people if it's valuable. So let me know below if you'd want to see that. Sorry about your meniscus. Heal up and get back after it. All right, guys, that's it for this week's AMA. I will release these every single week, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you comment, do all that type of stuff. And if you want to try out our products, go to santacruzpaleo.com, use the code SantaCruz10, or get them on Amazon. The code doesn't work on Amazon, but any 2 items you buy on santacruzpaleo.com, you can use the code SantaCruz10. Get some electrolytes, get some creatine, get some deep sleep caps. Food of the Gods should be back in stock by now. The pre-workout's gonna come out later. The whey protein is amazing. Our protein powders are so delicious. So try some stuff out. I really appreciate you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Leave your questions below, and I'll catch up with you next week.